Yeah, no, the transfer window sucks, man. I'm getting out of here, man. I'm not doing this anymore. Hello, once again, to Chelsea transfer news. I want to die. Things look like they're going from bad to worse for Chelsea Football Club, and that is where we're going to begin. Our first story is the Romelu Lukaku blow we have received because the Inter CEO said to Sky Sports that they do not expect any other big players to leave the club after Hakimi has already left Inter, as said in this Fabrizio Romano tweet. So, it does not really seem plausible anymore because, you know, I'm always one who takes like the news to heart and always takes like what people who like the people who are important to the club, and I always try to evaluate what they say. And over here, I'm already getting signs like just like with Holland, they do not plan to give away. Borussia Dortmund does not plan to give away Holland. Inter Milan does not plan a way to give out Romelu Lukaku. Our quest for a striker is turning so bad right now. It is just turning absolutely disgusting right now. It is just a bad thing to see overall, and yeah, no idea what to expect from those two anymore. So they're just always going to be in the back of my head as people who we try to get in the summer transfer window, but we have not succeeded, and we're probably not going to succeed in the future. But our next story is about a man who has proven himself through the years, probably for the last decade or so. He is renowned in the football world. Robert Lewandowski is reportedly becoming a Chelsea target because, you know, as I said before, all these strikers that we've been looking at so far, Romelu Lukaku, Erling Haaland, they are not for sale apparently, but Robert Lewandowski is apparently a target that Chelsea want to chase after now. After these both attempts have fallen short, we are looking to sign him for about £50 million, and honestly, that is a steal in every single aspect because he is such a top quality player. I believe just this season alone he has broken the record for the most goals in a season, I believe, in the Bundesliga, around 39-40 goals or something like that, something crazy like that. And this man is 32, yet he's pulling off records. He's still got, you know, he's always scoring, he's always proving himself in these big competitions, these big games. And if we were to pull this off, £50 million for Robert Lewandowski, who maybe 2 seasons ago was valued at like 100 million, like 200 million, whatever a crazy number you can think about. He was valued very high. Maybe not many people are that interested anymore because it's always a thing in football where as a player gets older, their value starts to decrease because they're getting older, and if a team were to buy them, they don't expect them to be in their prime for much longer. But Robert Lewandowski is still someone that could just come up to the Premier League and just, you know, do absolute bits for us. So that is an interesting story if I ever seen one. And, you know, if we were to get Robert Lewandowski, then I wouldn't mind at all. I wouldn't mind. He is a top quality player. I don't care what anyone would say about Robert Lewandowski. He is a top quality player, and I would love to see him in a Chelsea shirt. Thomas Tuchel himself has already said that he would like to see Robert Lewandowski come to the club because I'm pretty sure he knows just as much as we do that we're probably not going to get the two signings or the two players that we've been looking at so far. And apparently we're also looking at Harry Kane now as a potential option as well, because we, as I said before, we're trying to see who else we can target in the transfer window. And it's interesting because the way the deal or the way the stories have said it is that if we were to get Harry Kane, we'd probably have to offer Tammy Abraham as well, plus additional add-ons, maybe a 45, 60, 70 million pound deal along with it. So there is still a lot of speculation on that story though, so I'm not really too sure if that's anywhere close to being a reality, but we'll probably see in the next coming days. Our next story is another Chelsea Bayern deal, would you believe it, which involves Kingsley Coman and Callum Hudson-Odoi. Apparently we are looking to do a swap deal, kind of like how I was mentioning right now with Harry Kane and Tammy Abraham. Plus we would need to add another 50 or 60 million pounds or whatever the price is for Kingsley Coman. But Kingsley Coman right now is valued at 77 million pounds, and to, you know, I think honestly just a swap deal alone should be suffice to, you know, make up for all Kingsley Coman is worth. And yeah, even though Kingsley Coman has scored in the Champions League final, don't really know too much about him, don't really know if he's, you know, someone who's at the same potential as Callum Hudson-Odoi. But I want Callum Hudson-Odoi to stay. So if If we had the option to, I would prefer Callum Hudson-Odoi to stay at Chelsea and Kingsley Coman to stay at Bayern Munich. But, you know, we've already got one prospective deal with Lewandowski, so I think that honestly should be good enough. I don't think we need to trade any player. I think we can just go after Lewandowski from Bayern Munich and then potentially just make that the only deal that we have with them. Moving on, our next story involves Declan Rice, and yeah, it looks like Chelsea are finally gonna go and try to pursue Declan Rice. It is clear that he is someone that the board wants, maybe someone Tuchel wants, I'm not too sure about it, but the price tag hasn't dropped. It is still valued at 80 million to get Declan Rice. And yeah, I said before that we should be looking to get like as many midfielders as possible, and I mentioned before as well that Declan Rice was definitely someone that we should chase after. It's just the issue of the price tag again. 80 million for a DM. And you know, I already said it before and I'll say it again, not a good deal at all, even though we are gonna get a DM who I know has the potential to fit himself into Chelsea's system. He'll have very big shoes to fill at Chelsea if we do end up paying that amount for him. And you know, but either way, I don't feel comfortable with Chelsea spending 80 million for Declan Rice. So again, I'm gonna make my statement of, can we get the price lower? And we should make the price lower, because 80 million for a DM, not a good bargain in my opinion. Our final stories involve the selling of Mark Guehi from Chelsea to Crystal Palace for an 18 million pound deal. It is, you know, good money for us to possibly use immediately in the transfer window. But I heard many people are actually upset that Mark Guehi is leaving Chelsea, because they were saying that he is a top quality defender, I believe. And yeah, I don't know how I feel about us giving players who who people are saying are good, and then, you know, they end up becoming good, because you could say the same thing about Mo Salah. You can say the same thing about Kevin De Bruyne. So I really hope that this is something that does not come back to bite us. I hope Chelsea know what they're doing in this selling of Mark Guehi. I hope he has a good spell at Crystal Palace and whatever club he pursues in the future. And then in our final news, Armando Broja signs a new 5-year contract with Chelsea, and you know, it is going to be interesting to see what he plans to do at Chelsea, what potential he has. I don't think I've actually seen him play, probably besides a few FA Cup matches last season. So it's going to be interesting to see what he still has to offer in the club, if he really believes in himself, and if whether or not he can actually just prove himself onto the big stage. But that is going to be it from me. I've been your local blue. Make sure to like, hit the subscribe button, and comment down below. And yeah, take care, guys. Peace.